Hi everyone, this is Eric from Energy Power Solution. Today we're going to show you how to remove and install the ES300h hybrid battery. So the first thing we need to do is disconnect the battery. Right, so remove the cover here. Disconnect the negative terminal. Take the cover aside and remove the trims. Remove the trim, put it aside. Remove these foams. I like to place them where they belong. If it's on the left side, I put it on the left side. And if it's on the right side, I put it on the right. Now, we need to remove this piece of trim to reveal the battery internally over here. So we need to have a 12 millimeter to remove the holder bolt. There's two of them. 1, 2. For this video's purpose, we're just gonna get them loosened and make it quicker for you guys. I usually like to leave them inside over here so you don't lose your bolts. And then there's two 10 millimeter nuts. Again, we make it easier to remove 1, 2, and remove both nuts and place it in the pocket here so you don't lose them. And remove this cover. Now this step is very important. What we need to do is to disconnect the power, pull on this tab, and then twist towards me like this and yank towards me. Now to demonstrate and make it easier to understand, when it was installed, this is how it looks like. We need to yank to the right and then hold towards you like this and pull this connector out, pull it out. The very crucial important point is we need to, when we're installing it, make sure we snap it back in and this locks in. There is a connector here. If you don't lock this in, it will not have power. You will not be able to turn on the car. Alright, so our next step, we're going to remove the seat to reveal the back side of the battery. Now we will remove the back seat cushion. We need to put the hand under the cushion, not on the side, and pull up. You can hear the snap. That's what we want to hear. Same thing on the other side. Okay? Now we just need to remove the whole seat cushion. Next step, we need to remove the seat backing. There are 4 bolts and 2 connectors, one on each side. There's a yellow connector on the left and there's one on the right. On top of that, there are 4 bolts that's holding this seat, which is on the very bottom. There's the first one, the second one, the third one, and the fourth, which is right over here. And now we're just going to have that removed. The bolts for the left side, I usually put it on the left side and then the right side on the right. So during reinstallation, it's a lot easier so you don't lose your nuts and bolts. So without the proper tool, I just gotta improvise. I got a pair of pliers So here it's very important. Normally, these are very easy. You push on the white tab and then you can pull out. But as you can see, this is quite worn out. I actually need, oh, we got a screwdriver. Pry it in the inside, push it, and pull out. So that's that. Do that for both sides. Remove the 4 bolts. Now, there are 3 hooks in the very back of these backrest. That require a little bit more work. It's recommended to have 2 people to do it, but if you're only by yourself, fear not, you can still do it. Break some sweat, it's nothing major. And however, I need to demonstrate how to remove the seat clip for the seat belt. Let me show you guys. So for ease of demonstration, there's 2 ways. You could remove the screws over here, or if you have a hook, you could get to the back side like this, use a hook, and push. You see how it pops up? Now you just gotta yank up, and then remove the seat belt. Like that, but leave the plastic clip on there so during reinstallation it's a lot easier. So next thing we need to do is remove the backrest. The removal procedure, you need to actually unhook the 3 hooks in the backrest and then lift the whole thing out. So I'll show you guys how to do it. I would grab it from the bottom and then push upward, and then yank the headrest area to pull out. Up and pull. And then do it on the other side as well. And now the middle one, right? Okay. And then remove the seat belts. And take the whole thing out. It's best to have another person to give you a hand, but if not, just use your muscle, your legs, and don't hurt your back. You're not too heavy, but it's good practice. So the 3 hooks I'm talking about is 1, 2, and 3. Again, to remove them, you need to push up or pull up on the backrest and then pull the backside away from the hook, the holes on the frame. So these are the hooks. Remember, have to lift up, pull back. So next we need to remove this padding over here. Just kind of lift these out and remove the whole thing. Put it aside. There are 2 nuts and 1 bolt to disconnect the connector. They are 10 millimeters. So let's remove the top connection. Again, because they are now on the right side, I just place it over here. Now, there's a trick to remove this piece. So this is actually a tool. You see the little nipple here and the little clip over here. We need to push this on the indent and then twist to remove this clip. So here we are. And I'm not good at this. Here we go. Okay. Gotta hold the bottom piece and twist up. Now, we can remove the whole thing. You see how this is actually lift up? It's locking this plate over here. Once you get that removed, you have the plate, put it aside. Now we're exposed to the connector. We have 1, 2, 3 connector we need to disconnect, and the wiring where's hooked up. Just lift this, push the tab, disconnect this one here, push this, pull up. Same thing for the white one. Yeah. So you can't really mix it up because of the position, but you never know. If you're always forgetting, mark them with a white Sharpie or something like that, a marker, something to remind yourself. And then just disconnect this right here and put it aside. Step is to remove this snorkel to the fan. There's 2 black clip. There's one, and the other one is right over here towards the side of the seat, right over here. So get your flathead screwdriver, pop it up, and remove it. Same thing over here. Yank, pull it. Once you get that, just remove and yank it up, or leave it in there, whatever's your easiest, but I like to pull it out. Like that. Place it aside, put it outside, and there's 2 connectors we need to disconnect. Here's 1, 2. Push down, push and pull. There you go. And then we're ready to remove this whole battery. We need to remove the 4 bolts here, and then we can remove the whole battery. So 1, 2, 3, and our next step is we need 2 people to do this. You could do it by yourself, but it's preferred and recommend with 2 people. To do this properly, you need to lift up the battery and then place it on top of the spare tire. With the second person will carry the whole battery onto the table. Okay, let's go. Now with the helper of my friend over here, we'll lift this battery. Careful. And place it over here on the table. So here we are. This is our hybrid battery for the ES300h. We need to remove the casing and then replace the internal battery cells or modules. All right, so now we're ready to remove the casing, the connection over here, the fan, the intake, harness, and also the module on this side. So let's see where the bolts and screws are. So there's 1 nut, 2, 3, 4 over here. This one it's gonna need to be removed. And then we need to, also this is very important, this little connector has a 10mm inside. We gotta get that removed and come over here to the back side. We have 3 more nuts over here, 1, 2, and 3. We'll get that removed and then we'll have this disconnected as well. So let's come over here and start the process. Okay, got that removed. And then on the back end, and then over here, we have the 10mm inside. We have, get that removed. We have 2 nuts here on the top and 1 on the side. And then we have a white connector over here. Push down, pull out. And then we move this whole connection, pull up, and have this connected like this. This cover Put it aside. And right here, we have to disconnect the two 8mm right here. So there's 1, 2. The harness disconnected. Now we're ready to disconnect the fan module. So we have 3 nuts here that we moved. Try on the side and on the side over here. And this fan disconnected. Push the tab. We move the fan. Put it aside. And there is a sensor on the top right corner. Pull that off. Leave the wire hanging. Now you could actually pull this out of here. Okay? So we'll remove that. And on the side here, we have another 10mm bolt we need to remove. 10mm bolt right here. And then make sure we, disconnect the connector over here first. And then another 10 on the side. Now we have this module revealed. And then there's a 10 over here that we're going to disconnect later. Let's put this aside and remove the casing. There you go. Okay, so we will start removing the relay side of the battery. Disconnect this. Now there's 1, 2, 3 10mm, and then there's 2 8mm on the side of the bus bar. Here we go. All right, so now we have this side disconnected. So module side is 10mm bolt. Let's get that removed. It looks like this. Push the tab, pull out. And that's our module. And then now let's have the bus bar disconnected and removed. So just, there are some front and some rear covers. Okay, so once we have that, we're going to remove every single one of these. Once we have that, we're going to remove every single one of these. Now, before we remove them, make sure you take lots of pictures and remember the position of your battery pack. I like to refer this right rear corner as the driver's side. Refer to in reference of the vehicle's position. So driver's front, driver's rear, passenger front, like that. And if you would like, I personally recommend getting a Sharpie or white marker and mark the position. And on top of that, if you look at it here, it starts with negative, positive, all the way to positive for this specific vehicle, which is for ES300h. So depending on the model you're gonna install these battery modules, it might be different. So take lots of pictures, videos, and refer back to it if you have any questions. Let's get this removed. Now we need to disconnect the bus bar once all the nut has been removed. and place accordingly to where it's going to be positioned. Same thing for the front or the rear. And when we are going to get these replaced, you can see some of these have oxidation in there. We're going to replace them with brand new bus bars. So you get rid of all of these residual leakage or corrosion. All right, so the next step is we're going to remove whatever brackets or plastic trim pieces like that on the top, and then flip it over, remove all the nuts on the very bottom that's holding the battery pack together, and replace it with the new assembled battery pack. Okay. I'm going to flip it over. Like that. So normally we have over 40 of these screws in here, but for time purpose, we have a lot of them removed. We're just going to get these removed at this point. Now you could remove the whole casing, put it aside. And then here, this is very important. Every single car is different. Make sure you take lots of pictures and count the position of these sensors. These sensors are very critical. You want to place it where they are and put it on the new connector onto the new battery pack or modules. Like this one here, it's on position number 3. And then this one here is about 15 or 16, and another 3 from the other side. So make sure you have those removed and reinstalled in the same position. So that's that. And this is your harness. So we use the harness. We never had any issue with these. You keep them. But if somehow you crush them, it's going to cause check engine light. It's not going to run right. So be very careful, because if you buy this from the dealership, they might be quite expensive and hard to come by. Okay? All right, so we're going to show you, now this is the old battery pack. I don't know if you guys can see it. And now we're just going to swap it with a brand new one and install it on the table for you. Now we see this old battery. What we need to do is, usually depending on the option when you purchase the battery from us, they either come all pre-assembled without the bus bars, or you could have individual modules that you would have to install yourself. So what we need to do is disconnect all these, replace the bus bar with new plates that we supplied, and then we installed. I recommend before you remove it, take lots of pictures, mark them depending on where you want to place it on the location, and also every nut and that it's removed, make sure they're properly torqued. Usually I recommend using a handgun like this that has a torque setting so that every single nut is torqued properly, secured properly, and when you install them, they do not have higher resistance, and it would run better. Okay, so usually if you see a fault once you reinstall the whole thing, and you have maybe 1 or 2 of the module having excess resistance or heat or causing a check engine light, double check on your bus bar installation. We have a lot of people who misinstall them and having issues. And also new battery modules installed with old brackets. So what we need to do is reassemble the whole casing, the modules, the BMS, the relay box, and the harness, and then reinstall it back into the vehicle, do a quick scan on the vehicle, check faults, clear any faults, and then road test. Once it's all done, you're all set. Thanks for watching.